And I want to state from the beginning that this is not a KU project. This is ICT Authority project, but Kenyatta University is one of the partners, and we are hosting. We have actually also decided to offer the space, and I hope the Madam Gitao is going to say more about that. But I want to say we are privileged in Kenyatta University of hosting you here and launching the application that later we are going to see. For us, this is a good indication that when there is a big problem, you can turn that problem into something that is positive. If you recall, those who are here, that when COVID came, Kenyatta University students were able to come up with an invention, a protocol ventilator, which has been tested, calibrated, and now it is at clinical trials. We also have an also testing kit that is also being developed by one of our students. And therefore, you can see this in this context, that this is another indication that our young people have the potential to produce things and actually being able to help the government to deal with national problems. So we are here to launch the innovation, and also to appreciate what our young people are doing and support them. For me, the sky is the limit, and we are going to see actually what our young people can do. So for me here is just to welcome you to Kenyatta University and to witness a launch of an application that could be a game changer, particularly where it is going to be applied. So feel at home in Kenyatta University. There are some who are here probably for the first time. There are others who are alumni, and when you have a moment, you can also sample what we are having. For me, what is happening here is a testimony that our universities, our institutions can be depended on in terms of solving national problems. With those few remarks, I now want to say that karibu sana, and we hope that all of us are going to enjoy what is going to happen. Thank you very much.
To be here today to witness this launch and inauguration of the design and development of a digital learning device for learners, an idea that we actually eyed with Dr. Gidao when we were signing our DLP2 contract. We won Madam CS a contract to do the next phase of laptops for primary schools. So when we were in the boardroom, myself, Dr. Gitao, Rono, and my team, and our team, we thought of why are we doing things in isolation? Jomo Kenyatta is doing their own, Mo is doing their own, Dedan Kimathi is doing their own, and everybody else is doing their own. Why don't we come up with a team that will design for us a device that is fit for purpose for our learners? Now that we are being faced with a situation of COVID, and we knew definitely there will be the new normal where people need to maintain distance, hygiene, So you would imagine a setup of primary schools. And Madam said that is something of yesterday. And I must say I'm happy. She moved with speed, suggested we form teams, picked from the JKUAT, Kimathi, and Jomo University, and maybe expanded now to come up with this device. So I'm very happy because one, the idea has come to where it is now. It's grown and it's running. That is hardly two months ago. That was in July, Madam CS. And we are only looking at this gadget, but I think there's more opportunity, knowing what we've done in Jomo University. We've done DLP1, we did with JKUAT as well, the census devices last year successfully. And I'm sure also Professor Kioni has been doing other things successfully. And these are the efforts that we want to complement each other instead of working in silos. And we come up with a device that will not only influence learning in Kenya, but maybe beyond Kenya. So I must say we are happy as Jomo University to be part of this journey. Jomo University, we are also thinking big, because we are not only looking at these devices, but we are also looking at other devices, including phones, making desktops, making all-in-one device that is versatile. We are also, Madam CS, involved now in the CONSA Technopolis in a big way. We're going to manage data for this country and commercialize it on behalf of CONSA, a contract that we are working on maybe in the next 2 or 3 days. So in short, Madam CS and guests within, we must say we are happy to be part of this journey. This is a great step, and we'll go places. It's going to be a revolution for learning. And I want us to take this challenge and deliver the way we've been delivering other assignments we've been given. So thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Very few remarks. And I start by saying I'm here to express Dedan Kimathi University of Technology full support for this initiative. We have sent our innovators, and we have also our staff who are involved in innovations, and specifically staff involved in innovations in the software and electronics devices here, and we've sent them here with the instructions to give full support to the initiative. Our goal, and we discussed this extensively, is to make sure that this initiative succeeds. As we also undertake this initiative, we are aware of the many other initiatives relating to the Big Four agenda, relating to the development of the electronic industries, relating to really Industry 4.0, if I speak generally, that are ongoing. And as Professor Koske has said, we would like to increasingly see how we can work together, because the opportunities are many, and really we don't have that huge human resource to respond as quickly and as effectively as the environment expects us to. For the innovators, this is a great opportunity for you, and you are, I can say, we are almost experimenting with you and seeing how you can cooperate. And it's therefore very important that you do it well, and you do it in a way that inspires us and other people to be able to bring young people, some in the undergraduate program, to work together to bring about the transformation of the country and creating opportunities for the youth. Let me also just say a few things about Kimathi University with regard to this project. We are a young university, so we've come in a little late when it comes to the digital literacy program. But even then, I would like to inform you that the university has a computer assembly plant just being established to be operational by December. The university also has an SMT line, which basically means the motherboard that you may need to use with this device, and also for the development of other devices, the assembly of other devices in other universities, can now be produced in the country, and that has been a huge investment. The university has gone further, and it has a nanomaterials research and development lab. That means you can now develop the microchips. You can do research on the microchips, and you can develop the microchips, and therefore we have the complete production chain, so to speak. And this idea that we can now develop our devices here in the country fits very well with the kind of infrastructure that is already available in the country. The university is also hosting the National Science and Technology Park, really the first National Science and Technology Park in a university. And for that reason, we have to establish a system where we bring people together, because national science and technology parks are huge undertakings, and they take huge investments from government. And it is not, the university is only hosting it, but it is something that requires many, many people to come together to be able to bring their expertise and to make use of the resources that have actually being put there. So it's for that reason, for those many reasons, that we are excited about this project, and we look forward to the scale up once we are done with the development of the device. We look forward to rapidly having that scaled up so that it starts serving a commercial purpose. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Start by really expressing our sincere gratitude to ICT Authority for having a lot of confidence, showing confidence in what the local universities can do. This is demonstrated confidence. It's not just by word, because we have received projects from ICTA which have been handled very successfully by the local universities, and they have been mentioned by the Vice Chancellor of Moi University, DLP, census, and the rest. This is very much appreciated, Madam CEO. We would wish to really ask our chief guest to pass the message to government that local universities are capable of delivering. Whatever problem, whatever issue there is, please know there is a solution in the universities. There's a lot of knowledge, there is a lot of creativity. Our students are eager to deliver. I don't think of a problem our students are not ready to tackle. I am very disappointed sometimes when people talk of half-baked graduates in our universities. I have taught in the universities for almost 30 years, and I only know of high-quality graduates. We do, of course, we have a few who are not very good, but we have also some who are very excellent. Our chief guest, they are excellent people, very well motivated, people who are able to deliver on any problem. So please let us have faith in our local institutions, just like it has been demonstrated by ICT Authority. We are able to do much than has been accepted so far, including in the Big Four agenda. We can do a lot in terms of industrialization. If we just support the brains in the universities, the solutions will just be flowing. So thank you very much. I want to also indicate that our university in JKUAT has already nominated our best. We have given you our best, led by the director of the industrial park, Dr. Kibet. I think Dr. Kibet is here with us. And I can assure you, our chief guest, that we are going to deliver. We will give the best we can. Thank you very much. I don't wish to say much, but I just want to appreciate your faith in the local institutions. Thank you.
Students who are here is just a small aspect. We have potential that the government can use to solve our problem. And we want to thank the ICT Authority for making it possible for us to stop working in silos, bringing young people together and being able to produce something that is very useful for the nation and even for the world. So us is to appreciate that journey that you have taken, and on behalf of my colleague VCs, we are ready to work with you. These are people who have been producing things, and now the same people have been brought together, and we can only expect brilliant work. So asante sana for actually inviting us to be part of the problem solvers, helping our government to actually deal with those pressing issues in the country. Thank you very much.
It is with great pleasure that I stand before you today. This is both the end of a journey and also the beginning of a journey, because it's been my desire to foster collaboration towards solving locally relevant challenges and problems, and also to consuming local knowledge, local products, and local initiatives. So I'm smiling from head to toe, including behind my mask. And I'm also giving glory to God this morning, because this is really a very, very satisfying initiative. Now, before I go on and give my remarks, where perhaps I'll just give a broad genesis of this project, although Professor Koskei has very ably described what happened. And I know there's some fellow institutions which are here, so I would be very happy for them also to make their remarks. Firstly, from the Kenya Bureau of Standards, we have Dr. Johanna Njiro, and if he's willing, please, you could come forward and just make a few remarks and greet us. Dr. Njiro.
Developing a smart tech tool that can be used to deliver samples from the fields, COVID-19, vaccines, the health industry, agri and agro. And actually we are using the 3D printer at the Chandaria. Also together with KU, we are doing a smart tech tool that can be able to detect different meat species so that we can be able to calm the issue of meter deterioration and counterfeiting. So KEB's mission is to provide standard-based solutions that promote innovation, trade, and quality life. So innovation is entrenched in the strategy and also in the vision of KEBS. So we are glad to be here. We would want to partner. Our motto is quality, standards for quality life. And right here, what is being launched is a product. And that product will lead to better lives for our students. And we are excited that we could be invited here. I'll be brief, but as a finish, we have the top cream academicians here, the VCs are here, and I take this platform to tell you a little bit more about Kenya Bureau of Standards and what the Kenya Bureau of Standards Research and Development Department is. We are a department that is so open to partnerships, developing solutions, developing systems that will actually solve the problems that we encounter as a country. We are based at the headquarters, and we have many MOUs that are running together with Kenyatta University, University of Nairobi, JKUAT, and we are open to partner with other government institutions. We are partnering with the Anti-Counterfeit Agency, Kenya Wildlife Services. So please, we want to invite all of you, together with the researchers and the innovators that are here. We help you develop products. We develop products together that are fit for purpose, that will enable us to eliminate barriers to trade that can be commercialized locally and also internationally. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Advice from the beginning. So KEBS is going to work with us and ensure that this is a quality product. We also have with us the head of the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, Dr. Mabonga. So I would be very honored to have his brief remarks at this point.
Kenyatta University, so I'm proud to be back home. Sat in your class around 1988, double intake, big fellows around here. Graduated in 90. Was back here in 2009 for my doctorate, so I'm happy being back to KU. Thank you so much, and I'm CEO ICTA. My name is Joel Mabonga. I'm the Senior Deputy Director in charge of Corporate Services at KICD. Just to briefly say that KICD has come along with this DLP project, and our key role along the way has been the development of content that is going to be used on these devices. So as we focus on this DLP phase 2, at KICD we're also now looking at it and how we can be able to match this innovation with the content that is going to be used in this device. We already have worked on the grades 1 and grade 2 content. We're in the process of finalizing grade 3 content. And as we implement CBC, one of the core competencies within CBC is digital literacy. And therefore, this beginning is a good beginning also as we implement CBC, because it will go a long way in cementing this new education approach in this country, where we are learning and we are focusing on every learner's potential and be able to bring up the component of digital learning. So Chief Guest, we are happy to be here, and we make our commitment to work along with the innovators and with the ICT ICTA for the path they have taken to bring together stakeholders. So that's our commitment from KICD. We thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jomo Mabonga. As you can see, the issue of content, we've already incorporated the experts into our group, so that will also be taken care of. We also have here my sister agency, the Communications Authority, that has also been in this space. And we are very honored that they have agreed to work with us. And representing the Communications Authority is Dr. Gilbert Mogeni, and maybe he can just come and make some brief remarks.
Thank you very much. I'm the head of innovation and research at the Communications Authority of Kenya, and I'm here to represent the CEO, Madam Wanchao. And as Dr. has observed, we have worked together with the ICTA for a long time in a number of projects. And as the Communications Authority of Kenya, the ICT regulator, we aim actually to develop innovative regulatory solutions for this vibrant ICT sector. And one way of doing this is to enter into partnerships and collaborations with the stakeholders, including government agencies, as well as with universities, local universities. Already we are doing a lot in this project. I think with you heard Dr. Mabonga talk about content development, and the authority has been an active partner in that area. And to sum it up, we are actually very delighted that we are part of this journey, and we are going to work together. Thank you so much, Dr.
Geshera, Director ICT, here to represent my CEO, Dr. Nancy Njeri Macharia, in this grateful event. TSC is part of the team, is a member of the National Steering Committee, and as well as the Technical Committee, which oversees the implementation of DLP, and especially in relation to our teachers. The vision of the Commission is to be a transformative teaching for quality education, and the key word is transformative. And of course, there lies technology and other innovative ways. Teacher Service Commission has so far trained over 90,000 teachers in the DLP, 1,163 curriculum support officers, both regular and those of special need. And in addition, borrowing the words of Robert Potter, who says, "A true champion without a cause is entrapped energy. A great cause without a champion is but an elusive dream. But with a great cause, with a true champion, is the realization of a vision." It is in this spirit that the Commission identified 290 primary school ICT champions for each sub-county and 320 secondary school ICT champions for every sub-county to champion this course of DLP. We'll continue to align our teachers to support this program. And even as we do this, even as we look at the technology, those of us who come from the ICT, we know you have the people, the technology, and the processes. And it is very important that we remember the people. One of the challenges that has been identified over time is technophobia attitude. And as you are aware, and for those who have small children around us, then you know that these small children and the learners are very fast in adopting technologies. One of the challenges that we know is that the teachers, especially in the lower grades, most of them are very mature, and they also need to be carried along. So even as we do this activity, we need to remember the facilitators, and the Commission is going to do everything to support. A lot of greetings from Dr. Njeri Macharia. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Give you a little bit of history of how this came about. I keep telling my staff that I've reached those ages where history becomes very real because I've experienced it. So please bear with me. Yeah. So the genesis of all this, of course, begins with the digital literacy program. Because, as you know, that was a promise of our President, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And it really started around early 2015 when the ICT Authority, in partnership with the Ministry of Education and its agencies, distributed devices, teacher education, and content to, at the moment, just over 21,600 primary schools all over Kenya, representing over 98% success in the original goals, and present in all parts of Kenya. There's hardly a part of Kenya where you will not find a primary school that has been equipped. Now, when the business model of this program was being designed, we desired to create a partnership between universities, local companies, initially performing assembly, but later performing manufacturing as well, and an international partner, because at that time we had not matured. And I'm very excited, Professor Kioni, to learn now that we have reached the stage where we're capable of locally manufacturing all the components necessary for the manufacture of this device. This is a great achievement, and I think it deserves a round of applause. So this happened, and as Professor Kosgei has shared, Moi University and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, represented by Professor Kinyua, walked this journey with us. They developed their assembly plants. They were able at that time to manufacture about almost 20% of the devices, to assemble them locally. And they, through building the knowledge and the plants, they have, as he shared, participated in other local initiatives that required devices. So this was a revolution because we used to call universities towers of learning, but they showed that they can also do other things, practical things, like manufacturing. So it made absolute sense that we need to go further and further in this direction, and not only manufacture but even design technology, so that even the thinking and the brain work that goes into this device is local. And this device is completely designed for our local circumstances, which of course are reflected in other parts of the world. So we expect that one day our country will also prosper by exporting technology to other countries, locally designed, locally manufactured technology to other countries. So that is the first part of the story. The second part of the story is that there was a realization within the ICT Authority that we ran very big projects. I've told you the size of the digital literacy program. It's probably the largest project of its type globally. We also ran another very big project called the National Fiber Backbone Infrastructure, where we're actually the largest owner stroke operator of fiber in this country. And as we've been managing those big projects, we've also encountered very big problems. So we said to ourselves, why should we look for people outside Kenya to solve our very big problems? We're both a client, we spend a lot of money on solutions, and also we are a monitor and an evaluator of these problems. So instead of always looking for external expertise, why don't we carry our own local challenges to our local universities to solve? And this is what we've been doing over the years with success, that we take local problems to our local intellectuals and they give us appropriate local solutions. And we're very, very grateful to our university community, and I think we should clap for them. Yeah, thank you so much. In this particular, you know where we are now. Previously, a year ago, we thought that learning belonged in a school environment like this one, a formal. But now we have learned that going into the future, learning is going to be in three places. It's going to be in the home, it's going to be in the community, and it's going to be in the formal school environments. So this particular device, you may be asking, if you're already assembling devices for the digital literacy program, why do you need another device? So I need to explain that. As you can see, I'm not working from notes. This is coming from the heart. Yeah, so let me explain to you why we need this device. So as I said, learning will take place in three environments going forward in Kenya, not just because of COVID, but because of the emerging global realities which are going to continue into the medium-term future. Home, community, and in the formal school environment. So in the formal school environment, in buildings like this, we have the digital literacy program, where we will use the existing tablets and the laptops which are going to come in phase 2 to integrate teaching and learning into every subject with ICT. Integrate ICT into teaching and learning in every subject. So when the children are in school, when they're learning history or mathematics or any other subject, they can use the tablet. If the teacher has a more complex problem for them to solve, they can use the laptop in the school. Yes, so they'll be fully equipped in the school through the digital literacy program devices which have been placed for them in the school. Now, we don't want them to be carrying technology back and forth between the school and the home. So we're hoping that if we can make a cost-effective, appropriate device, which is the one that we're making through this initiative, they will have a device at home, an affordable device. So when they get home, they can use this device for their homework, they can use it to look at, review their content, they can use it to research additional content which they can access. But the key point there is affordability. So one of the questions that the researchers are asking this group is, how do we make this device appropriate and affordable for ordinary Kenyans, not just the middle classes, not just the employed people, but a necessity in any home. Just like people have saucepans and they have other things in every home. We hope that every home will be able to afford such a device. And we need to work together as Kenyans to make sure, whether it's through CSR or through any methodology, the next time we meet, maybe in a year's time, we should be able to say every Kenyan home has this device there and the learners can use it. We also know that in times like COVID, there's blended learning, which means there are times when the children are at home, they're not in school. So they should not just be home playing football and climbing trees, although that's very good for their health, but they can also learn using the device, even when they're at home. Then the third stream is the learning in the community, and Mr. Gichira said we should not forget the teachers. So we are working now to provide learning environments in the community where parents, I know parents, all the parents here have been helping children with homework and so on, and you need support. So there should be a place in the community where you can go, you can be shown how to use the device, you can remind yourself of the mathematics you've forgotten, so that when you're supporting your child at home, you're properly equipped. Where teachers can also go and learn, we hope 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to master the new technology, to help in the development of content and so on. So please remember, this is a home device, but there'll also be the community element, and there will also be the school element. Now the last thing I'll talk about is collaboration, because I don't know whether this is the first instance where you see so many universities working together, not in competitive mode, but in collaborative mode. And I'm so excited, I'm even inarticulate. What do I say? Because we have seasoned researchers who have been released by the various universities, so very experienced, very smart people with long careers of excellence behind them. We also have students. Every university has nominated at least one student, some of them 2 to 4, to come and work on this. So we have the best of the young brains and the young energy also released by the universities. We have our host, Kenyatta University, to whom we are very grateful. They have opened their innovation center here and even hostel space so that these researchers can be here and they can work late into the night, because we've given them 30 days to come up with this device. We have the ICT Authority. We have told them the parameters. One of them is affordability. Another one is environmental friendliness. We don't want this device, when it is obsolete, become an environmental problem in Kenya. That problem needs to be solved. Another one is educationally appropriate, so content for the teacher, for the parent, it should be appropriate. Another one is robust, because we want the children to be able to climb up and down the trees and do whatever they want, and the thing will not easily break. because it's an investment on the part of their family. Another one is energy efficient. You know how difficult it is in some places to charge these devices. So they must be able to hold their charge for a substantial amount of time. So all these are things we have learned from our DLP experience, so we're also working together. You saw that Bureau of Standards is here, Communications Authority is part of our team, and they have nominated people. So here we are, working together as Kenyans to solve our own local problems and create wonderful technology. Now, I know I've spent more than my time, so I'll stop there. But I want to thank each and every one of you who is here, because this is a revolution. You're going to change Kenya. And I know one day you'll look back and you'll say, I was there at the beginning. And I am part of this revolution and this change that has taken place in my Kenya. I was part of the solution. So the last thing I'll say, as I invite the representative of the Ministry of Education, Mr. Darius Mogaka, Director of University Education and Research, to give us the remarks on behalf of the ministry. The last thing I'll say is, please give yourselves a round of applause. You've done a wonderful thing. God bless you. Mr. Mogaka.
I am glad to note that DLP is the driving force for integrating ICT into teaching and learning in Kenya, as the country works towards the knowledge-based economy as stipulated in Vision 2030. Through DLP, we have so far installed over 1 million devices in over 21,000 public primary schools and have over 331,000 public primary teachers trained. Through the DLP, the government has also pushed internet connectivity around the country. One of the other benefits accrued from the initiative is an increased electrification of the schools and the homes that are near the schools. In addition, DLP learning institutions such as JKUAT have already made their contribution to the Big Four agenda. This is through manufacturing. The digital assembly plants at both JKUAT and Moi University have successfully assembled teachers and learner devices, thus supporting a vital government program and showcasing that Kenya has local capacity to meet a large demand for digital devices used for teaching and learning. This is even more critical now, considering that COVID-19 has affected the education sector and learning is moving online. While the DLP was visionary in its anticipation of the need for children to master ICT, COVID-19 has taught us that every home, as well as every school, needs a learning device. It is this insight that will guide the thoughts of the team of innovators and university researchers who will spend the next 1 month at this institution developing a device that every home can afford. I thank Kenyatta University for choosing to host this noble 30-day challenge. To the team of experts and innovators, your 30-day exercise at Kenyatta University is very critical. The entire country is looking up to you to design and prototype an affordable learning device for the Kenyan market, targeting low-income households. I congratulate the young innovators who we have given an opportunity to be equipped with hands-on skills as you engage with a team of experts. As we all know, Kenya is acknowledged as a leader in ICT and innovation, rightly earning the name the Silicon Savannah. We should live up to this name, and I hope that through this exercise we will build a pool of highly specialized innovators who will provide homegrown solutions for the education sector using technology. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, through the ICT Authority, is implementing the DLP on behalf of the government. The program is a multi-stakeholder endeavor comprising of ministries in charge of ICT, Ministry of Education, Energy and Industrialization. There are other agencies such as the TSC, the KICD. Allow me to thank all the agencies who have continued to play their role in the implementation of the program. I called for enhanced interagency collaboration and synergy so that all the elements needed to make the program a success are in place. I thank you all, and I hereby officially launch the exercise to design and prototype the Fit for All digital computing device. Thank you. Just to close on that, I'd just like to take the opportunity to congratulate ICT Authority as well as all the academia institutions here today on this endeavor. As a young person, as a youth myself, sitting at the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, I'm glad and I'm happy to see that we are having our young people create solutions tailored for our country. So perhaps we could give a clap for this collaboration. I wish all the young innovators from different institutions all the very best as they take on this 30-day challenge. As our representative from Ministry of Education said, after 30 days we'll look forward to the white smoke, and hopefully this will be, broadcast all over the world. As I stated, that Kenya is viewed as a leader in ICT and innovation, and you can, hold our torch high in that regard. And I'd just like to finish by saying to the education institutions, as the government, we do believe in local, bespoke, tailored solutions for Kenya by Kenya. And the government aims to create an environment that is conducive for innovations such as this by having and supporting such initiatives. Thank you very much, and all the best.